Welcome, welcome. This is the next edition of the Black Belt Newscast Live. It is Friday, August 8th. I'm Cindy, publisher.
I'm Todd Prater, staff writer.
I'm in Marengo County.
And I'm in Dallas County in the home office in the Queen City of the Black Belt.
That's right. Um, I always like to start out by saying our stories come from blackbeltnewsnetwork.com.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any more questions about what we're writing about or talking about, you can go see the stories at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. You can also see our headlines every day at 3 o'clock. These are free. We don't charge for our content. So if you want to know what's going on, all you have to do is sign up for the daily newsletter. You get it at 3 o'clock, and you'll find out all the top headlines. And if you've got news, send it to us at news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. You know, we're trying to do this as a community connecting event. So
right.
You've got something we didn't make or attend, send us pictures, send us information, and we will put it online and share it with your neighbors.
If you got suggestions for stories we might need to cover, we're always open to suggestions too. So that's a big help.
And of course, we take donations at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com.
Yes.
That's how we keep the content free. All right. So this week, we have a lot of election stuff we're going to talk about here in a little bit, because that is coming up later this month. But first, we're going to start with a very fresh off the presses story out of Craig Field. Advanced ATC, it's their graduation, right?
That is correct, Cindy. They actually graduated their first complete class. Now, they've had a couple of, so this is a program that had graduated, but this is the first complete class. I think it was 9 total, 7 today, who actually got their certificates. And the folks that graduated Advanced ATC, of course, Advanced ATC, that is Mr. Dan, who is the owner and the CEO, handing out the certificates. And the students come from all over. They're learning how to be air traffic controllers. They're at Craig Field. And these kids will go on to, and I say kids, but they're all adults. They'll go on to further their training at other airports and become full-fledged air traffic controllers. Most of these kids are going to be hired by ServPro, which is Servco, which is a company that helps that has a number of towers across the nation. Of course, Jim Corrigan and Wayne Vardaman they're both very instrumental in getting Advanced ATC out at Craig Field. And a good crowd of students and friends that showed up today. There's one of the students. There's the whole class, of course, that were graduated today. And these students will go on to these other airports, whether they be smaller or larger, and get further training and further certification and become air traffic controllers. And there is actually a need for air traffic controllers right now. That is an industry that if anybody is interested, they can pretty much, once you get your training, you can write your own ticket. We got a complete story about that coming up next week. So be looking for that for all the details.
Yeah, that's a really exciting element that we have at Craig Field. That's one of many different training options. If you don't want to be a pilot, you could be an air traffic controller.
Exactly. Or you can do both.
So this week was back to school, which I'm going to share. We're going to do a fun video first of back to school events. So Monday, I stepped over to Selma High School and got some video of I did this one last year too. It was really fun, where different partners with the city, Selma City Schools, gave out backpacks and school supplies, uniforms. In fact, I was getting video at one point, and the kid looked at me as like, I'm a 10. And I was like, okay. So I looked for him a size 10. And I gave it to him. I was like, hey, it's fun for us to be a part of the community instead of record. It was really fun. I also have a little buddy that I taught how to hula hoop. He was only 3. He was very cute. And they did pizza and stuff. So actually he had a little crust of pizza, kept putting down and trying to pick up and eat again. I was like, no, you got to throw that away. We're packing.
Yeah.
But the police department was very active in it. The juvenile detention folks also came out to help. That's the lawyers with Atchison. I can never remember the whole, but that's Tommy Atchison's.
Yeah.
And they also have law firm. That's Tawanya Dixon and Moments for Memories.
Oh,
doing face painting. I know she looked at me like, what are you doing? And then there were probably 4 different barbershops that came out as well. Oh man.
I wish I'd have known that. I could have used a haircut.
Yeah, they had a lot of little guys. It was boys only because the girls' haircuts are kind of challenging.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool that,
cool.
and even some big guys came out, seniors came out. And help. And that's Barbara Omanundu. I can never say her name right, but she's one. Brenda. She is one of the school board members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Challenging my memory today. All right. And so I thought that back to school was really cool. Most of the schools in our district, in our area, Black Belt, started this week. But we did have a little wrinkle in the back to school this week, and that was Demopolis.
Yeah.
Demopolis had a lockdown. This is actually a picture from the lockdown yesterday. You can't tell, but this is from the high school. So I had to update this story several times during the day because we kept getting more information. Todd, you got the first information from our police chief, Rex Flowers, about it being a threat that was called into the police department. They weren't specific about what the threat was. Later, the superintendent, Adam Pugh, says it was several phone calls of threats. And so it was a threats to West Side Elementary specifically. So they shut down all 4 campuses, and made you get your kid individually one by one. So it was a little wrinkle. They actually released early. School early, but they did return to school today. They did say that FBI is helping the local law enforcement investigate, and they want to know who made these calls and find justice. So got to put a stop to these kinds of disruptions to our education.
And one of the things that Rex Flowers told me was that there was an anonymous number, an unknown number, but with the right legal paperwork, they can research and find who that number was or who it's registered to and find the people. And he said that they will do that because those people committed a federal offense. And, that's, you don't mess with our children.
Especially in elementary school. West Side is actually itty bitties. That's kindergarten through 2nd grade. That's the itty bitties. Jones,
one of the things that Rex told me that I thought it was kind of cool is that he said that technically the schools are on lockdown every day from the time school is in session to the time they let out, to be very controlling as to who is granted access to the campuses for the very reason of threat. So that's a good thing to know too for all the parents that they're really watching it closely. And of course, they sent extra officers yesterday, but normally there are people that are very, very controlling over who goes in and out.
Today as well.
Yeah.
And note that we can get comments if y'all want to make a comment to us. Hey, cover this, or what about that? I can see your comments, and we can answer you while we're live.
Yeah.
Okay, so election 2025. Big reminder. August 26th is election day. Yeah. Always a Tuesday. This is the last Tuesday of August, and it is municipal elections. I know you're seeing the signs all around. I'm going to kind of bang through a couple of events that we've covered and also reminders. Let's start with the reminders. So absentee ballots are due August 11th. You've got 3 days to turn in your absentee ballot. And then also the last day to register to vote for this election is August 21st. That's pretty close. So, you can actually register right up to when we actually have the elections. Yeah. So these kinds of things were shared at different events. There was one with this is the city clerk for City of Selma, and Ivy Harrison, and she shared information about this was Wednesday, 2 days ago, about absentee ballots, when those are due, what you're allowed to do. We talked about this last week for
Yeah.
collecting absentee ballots or helping someone fill them out. We just talked about that last week, hoping that we're all on the same page for being able to share what you've got, for you to still participate, but not do it in the wrong way. There was also a youth panel. So one of the things, we've got these voter events going on as part of the 60th anniversary of Voting Rights Act in 1965, and which we've been celebrating really all year with the Jubilee in March. So there was a youth panel held, and this is Foot Soldiers Park's youth group that they have that does a lot of stuff. You see them in the red jackets, and they just held a forum and a youth panel. It was really neat. We have a story about that in this week's paper from Valencia Benjamin, one of our awesome correspondents. And they've talked a lot about civic engagement, voter IDs, what you need, economic developments, public safety. They really talked also about the kind of emotional intelligence that you need to make good decisions when you're voting, or public safety. They talked about home life. They talked about a lot of really great topics. And we have in the paper a list of the members of it's the National Youth Advisory Board. That's the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yep, really cool group. And we also had a voter event. Well, this one is the one that was held at Memorial Park, Civil Rights Memorial Park. So this is the Voting Rights Museum had theirs. And so and also along with Transform Alabama. And so this was in honor, and it was on August 6th, in honor of August 6th being signing day for Voting Rights Act of 1965. I mean, that's pretty cool, because if you remember, Bloody Sunday happened in March, and it was only 4 months later that it pushed through, while it was a terrible event of, the beating of protesters as they marched for equal voting rights in 65 over the Edmund Pettus Bridge. It actually led to the signing, and that was on August 6, 1965. So we celebrated it as a community. NAACP was there. The mayor had a chance to speak. And of course, the Sanders, Faya Rose Sanders, she got to speak about, the importance of Jimmy Lee Jackson starting this thing out by, when he was killed in Marion. So Black a really important role in civil rights, and Foot Soldiers Park had their people there. Community Engagement Corps, Black Voters Matter was there, and I think I had up in the video, you could see Allison Hamilton. She was with Alabama Coalition for Immigrant Justice. So there's a lot of great folks there to honor the 60th anniversary of signing.
Wow.
Now I'm going to skip back for a second, because this was pretty cool. We have had lots of forums. So this was the Edmondite Missions. They held theirs. It was a mayoral debate, and it was earlier this week. And so this is great. Valencia was there. We have a story that is up already online about it. And, this is their chance to get the word out about what they want for the city before the election on August 26th. And we're not done with panels. There's still another panel on August 14th, the Poor People's Campaign and the Women's League of Women Voters will be doing. There is a forum that Demopolis is hosting at the Civic Center on August 12th, and they're doing District 3 because that's the only one with opposition in Demopolis, a little
Right.
different than Selma. So yeah, check out our election hub on blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. If you scroll down, it's about halfway through, and you will get to see we're tagging everything election related there. So if you have a question about elections, I did post from last week the video of Robert Stewart talking about the absentee ballots and the rights and wrongs, just giving you some extra data and information so that you can
Yeah.
make good decisions this year in the elections.
That's what we need to know.
All right, it's your turn, Todd.
Okay, what you want me to do now?
About Arise and their mentees and what they got to do this week.
Yeah. The Arise Male to Man Mentoring Program is a program here in specifically in Selma, and adult males pair with a young elementary school male to help mentor them. These kids that don't have fathers that are present. And this past week, they went to the homeless shelter and provided pizzas and helped pass out some food. And it's a learning experience because as you see that, the mentees, it's the kids. And I checked it. Mentee is a real word. It's the
Okay. It's not manatee, it's mentee.
Exactly right. And you see Corey Bowie, he's actually the president of the board there. He was helping. But the kids took pizzas to the homeless shelter, fed the homeless, got to interact with them and meet them. Their mothers were there too, because Male to Men is not just for the kids, it's a whole family thing to help the whole family. And the whole idea is to educate these children as to the ways of the world and what's going on. And one of the things that we wanted to show them and help them understand is there's some people who don't have homes, and we as a community need to come together and help these people. And that's really what it was about. I'm gonna have a complete story about that with more details about what they did and about the program coming up. But it's really a great program, and it really is trying to help to catch kids before they're old enough to get into trouble is what it amounts to, and to direct them and steer them on the right path. And that particular instance was a moment of education for their whole families.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's great.
My Rotary Club here in Selma, we've fed folks at that shelter several times. We
Yeah.
love doing it. So tell me about Annie Blue.
Annie
And
Blue,
her,
God bless her. Annie Blue is she's 66-year-old citizen of the city of Selma, and her home was damaged severely during Hurricane Zeta back in, was it 2020? And then Sally came through and damaged it further. That's the home there that is currently on her lot. Now, what happened is she was told that it would be more cost efficient and better to replace instead of repair the mobile home that she was living in. So she signed up for the Home Recovery Alabama program, and they'd originally brought that trailer, a brand new trailer. That's Miss Annie right there. They brought a brand new trailer to her, and then they took it away about 3 or 4 days later and brought her that one that you saw in the video. Unfortunately, it's been used, and as you see here, there's cracks in the windows, mildew forming where water's getting in, mildew things right there as well. Electrical problems, some of the outlets are burned out and not even properly connected. And she's asking that the home recovery program just do what they said and give her the new home that they had promised her, that apparently was put on the lot and then taken away before it was actually set up. She's unfortunately not able to live in that house because there's so many issues and problems. She's been living with her cousins, with her children, and going from place to place. She has health problems that have been exacerbated by this situation. I have actually attempted to contact the Home Recovery Alabama program. No response yet. I'm going to continue to find out maybe from their side what's going on, and we'll have a complete story coming up. But it's just one of those situations that we want to see what we can do to maybe help this young lady out and get the right thing done for her.
all right. So we have some really good news from our perspective from the Black Belt News Network. One is that we have a new updated website that will be going live. I'm going to show you here. Actually, this is a preview of the website that will be going live on Monday. as of Monday, we will have a new site. It's been really calibrated well for the phone, for your mobile phone. That is where
Oh, good.
91% of our readers come from.
Yeah.
So I'll just show you real quick. Let me scroll down. It has it's similar. It's very similar to our other one, but it has a combination, and this is the important part. It is a combination of the Selma Sun and the Black Belt News Network.
Oh,
So
that's
what you'll
good.
do is you'll go to the counties here, and I lost my connection. And you'll go to Dallas County. And the Dallas County page, we're just gonna flip back over here. The Dallas County page is what's going to actually be the Selma Sun.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you look at, here it is.
I'm actually surprised like you hadn't already told me this. Oh, wow.
So all the Selma and Dallas County stories will be on the Dallas County page. If you type in selmasun.com, it will take you to this site. So as you can see, we did put a story up, let you guys know that we're got a combined website that's coming. And you can see here's an elections tagged story. Here's a news. We've got more election stories, and you can submit your news to us at this form. So that's a good way to keep up with whether you want to share what you've got going on. And signing up for our newsletter is a big thing.
Yeah.
It is so easy to do, and it's free. So
well, like I said a million times, that newsletter is helpful to me to find out what everybody else is covering. So it is a very good newsletter.
Yeah, you can see the Selma Sun title here.
Yeah.
That'll kind of let you know you're on the Selma Sun page. And that's exciting news. We just found that having two sites wasn't really worth it. The Black Belt News Network has really pushed and become its own little entity, and we wanted to join them together to grow together.
That works. Sounds good. So that's why I got this logo here and that logo back there too. See?
I know. I wore mine last week.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's time for the Black Belt Roundup.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love to mention our new calendar.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It has gotten so robust, y'all. I'm so excited with everybody adding your events. It's really exciting, and it's got so much going on in there, whether it's food days where you can do food pickup days, whether it's community events or health and wellness events. It's packed. You can also become a community correspondent and help us cover some of those events.
Yeah, that would be cool. Please.
Yep. Email us at news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. Do you have anything in our roundup?
I do, actually. Maddie Mendenhall has the Bridgeport Team Trail, that bass tournament that she does out of Bridgeport Landing down in Camden. And the tournament that was supposed to happen tomorrow on August 9th has actually been postponed until next Saturday, August 16th. And I just want to let all the anglers know that if you have signed up for it, don't go tomorrow, go next week. If you have not signed up, you still have time to do so. So there you go. Awesome. That's all I got right now for the roundup.
All right. Well, this is where we like to take the time to thank our sponsors.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Randall Miller Funeral Services. Give a thoughtful final gift to your family and help pre-plan. You can meet with an advisor that can help you decide what you want for your funeral, and that helps your family. It could save you money. Call 334-874-9081. And I've mentioned it earlier, but we take donations. We are a nonprofit newsroom, and it's tax deductible. And you can do $5 a month, $20 a month. We would love the help. That helps us keep our content free and have more reporters that can be boots on the ground. If you didn't catch that QR code, there is a red button in the top right-hand corner of the website, even when you are on your phone, and you can just click donate. It's so easy. And join us, help us keep news alive in the Black Belt.
Please help us. Yes. We love doing this, but we have to make a living too. So
yeah. All right. Well, I always say follow us: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We are all over the place at Black Belt News Network. We will be our Instagram site for Selma Sun is going to be merged into the Black Belt News Network. It's basically kind of already done that. We just have to change the picture. So when you follow that, you're following everything that you need to know about the Black Belt.
Yeah.
All right. That is it for this week's edition of the Black Belt Newscast.
It was another fun newscast, and I appreciate everybody being here looking at it for us.
Yeah. We will see you guys next week on next Friday.
Y'all have a great weekend and a good week as well.
All right.